Okay, so this is based on Saxon lesson 12 right now. Order of operations with sign numbers, and we're just going to basically go over, and I'm just going to do a bunch of problems, and I'm just going to talk you through it. You guys already know PEMDAS, right?
Yes.
And we know that the parenthesis means the inside of the parenthesis, right? If there's something inside the parenthesis you can do, you have to do that first. If there's not, if it's just parenthesis for parenthesis, there's nothing you can do. It's already simplified, right? And then you go on to exponents if there are, and then you go on to multiply, and then divide, and whatever, right? But like sometimes though, you'll have something like this. So this is our first example. 4. This is going to be a fraction, just so you know. 4 plus parenthesis 3 times 2 parenthesis over 5 parenthesis 2 minus 3. So write that down in your notes. Make sure you've got that. And then we're going to talk about what we're going to do. So I'm going to immediately put an equal sign. And personally, I don't like to jump around. I like to follow from left to right because then I know I don't forget anything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so easy to jump over here and do this first and then do this and then forget to write this or this. You know what I mean? It's if I go from left to right, I know I have to do that first. Don't you agree with me? Because that is in a parenthesis. I have to do that first, right? So, and I have to do this as well. But I am going to not do anything to this, but I'm going to write it anyway. 4 plus. I'm not changing it. I'm just writing it. And then 4 plus, and then what is 3 times 2?
6.
6. So I'm going to put a 6 here. And then under here, I've got 5 parenthesis. What is 2 minus 3? Negative 1, right? You agree with me? Negative 1 parenthesis. Okay. Now we can simplify even further. Now PEMDAS says do the multiply first. That's fine. We'll just draw our fraction line. What's 5 times negative 1?
Negative 5.
Negative 5. And then what is 4 plus 6? 10. All right. Now I can go a little further, right? So positive divided by negative is? Negative. So I'm going to write a negative. Now 10 divided by 5 is? 2. So my answer is negative 2. Right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's pretty straightforward, really.
Yeah.
It's not any different than what we were doing yesterday with the whiteboards, right? It's basically the same thing, except I'm adding a fraction sometimes, you know what I mean? So we have upstairs and downstairs, numerator, denominator. Question, Noah? Or comment?
How does this work again? Because in the end, my answer, I got 2 1/2.
All right, so look, well, I don't know what you did, but we know we're not going to deal with the 4 yet. I just put the 4 here, 4 plus. And then 3 times 2 is 6. So it's 4 plus 6, right? And then you got 2 1/2. I don't know. Did you get 10 over 5 or 12 over 5?
I got 10 over
Or 11
4.
over 5?
Well, what I did was I didn't do 5 times negative 1. I did 5 plus negative 1.
Oh, see, that's the difference. See what I
Yeah.
mean? It's 5 times negative 1. Because that parentheses always means multiply. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good. Good catch. Good catch. All right, number 2. We're just going to get a little more complicated as we go along, okay? So number 2. Aha. Okay. Well, this isn't all that much more complicated. This isn't even more complicated. But that's okay. 3 plus 2, parentheses. So 4 parentheses, 3 plus 2, minus 5, parentheses, 6 minus 3.
Start with the
So, you start with parentheses. Inside I can combine them, right? 3 plus 2 is 5. So I have 4. And notice I'm putting them right underneath. It really helps. It's
Yeah.
really easy if you just do it right underneath. If you keep going way over here to the right, it's easier to make a mistake. It's really easy to just go right underneath. 4 times 5, parentheses, and then minus 5, parenthesis, and now I combine this. 6 minus 3 is 3. All right. Now I have these two are multiply, and these two are multiply. So I have 4 times 5 is
20.
20. And then here, I'm going to keep that, I'm going to have that minus sign be part of my 5. Negative 5. Do you see what I'm doing?
Yes.
And I'm going to answer whatever I get. I'm going to either get a positive or negative number. And I'm going to say positive, meaning I put a plus, or negative, meaning I put a minus, right? Does that make sense? So negative 5 times 3 is negative 15. So I'm going to put negative 15, and that negative becomes a minus sign. Negatives and minus signs are basically the same thing. But people confuse them and think, oh my God, I don't know if that's a negative sign or a minus sign. Same thing, right? No different. Yes.
I got 5.
So let's see. Yes, 20 minus 15 is 5. You got it.
Wait, and for me, I didn't do like that thing in the middle. I just did the original problem and the 20 minus 15. Or do you have to
What do you mean?
Like, I didn't do...
You didn't do this. You
Yeah.
didn't write this 5.
Yeah, I didn't write that down.
Because you did
I
this in your head. You said,
Yeah.
oh, 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 times 4 is 20. That's
Yeah,
fine.
are we allowed to do that?
That's fine. That's fine. On a, it's like on a test, you just want to be sure you're right,
Yeah.
right? Because if you, let's say it was 20, but you put 21, right? But you had written this, I would have taken only like 1 point off, because it was just like you did everything right. But if you went from here and said 21, then I don't know what you did. I don't know how you got 21 from here. You know what I mean? But I can see from here to here. See what I'm saying? Like on a test, show your work. Because you get credit for everything you show. And you get no credit for everything you don't show. Does that make sense? If you leave a question blank, if you don't know how to do a problem, you don't have... This happened to me in physics class. I took a physics class at the community college years ago. I loved it. It was so great. It was a fabulous teacher. Thank you so much. And it was pretty awesome. And final exam. I knew this stuff cold. I mean, I had like a 98 in the class, right? I mean, I was doing fabulous. And, it's like I didn't think he could throw me for a loop on anything. Well, I got to this one problem. And it was worded totally differently than all the other problems that we've done that were like it. And I had no idea. It didn't make any sense. I didn't have no idea what to do. And so I could have just left it blank. But instead, I decided to write down every possible thing I could think of related to that problem, even though it seemed to me totally wrong. Well, I got almost full points for it, even though I didn't have the right answer for that. I actually had a answer that, and I showed the work that I was doing. So I had no idea how to do that problem, but I got extra credit for doing it. So that's the way you always do a math test. You always never leave something blank. You write down anything you can think of. Okay? So welcome, guys. So we are talking about order of operations with signed numbers. And can I erase number 2? Just
Yes.
Or no? Oh, you just got here. Yes. Okay. So go ahead and get out your notes. I'm going to move over here. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So here's number 3. All right. So number 3. So write this in your notes. It's going to now getting a little harder. Minus 3 parenthesis 2 minus 3 plus 5 parenthesis minus 6 parenthesis 4 plus 2 parenthesis minus 3. So that looks like a lot of big, huge bunch of gobbledygook, doesn't it? But you guys know the key. You have the key to unsolving this. It's so easy. Because PEMDAS says parentheses first. So inside the parentheses, I just combine these. What is 2 minus 3?
1. No. Wait.
2 minus 3.
Negative 1.
Negative 1 plus 5. Negative positive 4. Now, the place where people could have messed up, though, is they might have said, well, I'd rather do 3 plus 5 first. Right? I could do 3 plus 5, that's 8. And then it's just 2 minus 8, which is, what's 2 minus 8?
6.
2 minus 8. 2 minus 8. Negative 6, right? It's going to be negative. 2 minus 8. Well, wait a minute. Well, which one is it? I did 3 plus 5. That's 8. 2 minus 8 is negative 6. But here, I also did 2 minus 3. That's negative 1. Plus 4 is positive 4. What's the difference? The difference is there. That is not a 3. It's not 3 plus 5. It's negative 3 plus 5. Do you see the difference?
Yes.
Right? Don't ever forget that that minus sign actually goes with that 3. It's negative 3. Okay? You've got to keep that in place all the time. Okay, so now I forgot which one we said. We said 2 minus 3 is negative 1, plus 5 is
4.
positive 4. So I'm going to write that. I'm going to put negative 3, parenthesis, times 4, and then I'm going to do my minus sign, and I'm going to put my 6, parenthesis, 4 plus 2 is 6. So I did that, and then minus 3. Okay, so we dealt with P in PEMDAS, right? Now we got to do E, exponents, but there aren't any. So multiply, right? Multiply. So here's a multiply, and that's it. So let's do it. Negative 3, not minus 3, it's negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. Boom. And then negative 6 times 6 is
Negative 30.
negative 36. Ah, look at that. So we have minus 12 minus 36. Or negative 12 plus a negative 36. And then minus 3. So, are the signs all the same?
Yes.
I'll be with you in just a second, Thorne. Signs are all the same. We're adding, right?
Yes.
So we keep the signs and we just add the numbers, right? So it's going to be a negative. 36 plus 12,
40.
48, right? 48 plus 3, 51. Negative 51. Fabulous. You got it, right? Makes sense? Victoria, you have your... Yeah, hand that to me. Have you the others? You have a question? Oh, hang on 1 second. All right.
Weston. 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 Oh. Weston. Oh.
Okay.
Hey, Gary.
Sorry, station identification.
Gary.
Can I erase 2? Yes.
Gary.
Yes. We have people. Parents are, we're actually fairly well known in the community, and parents want their kids to come here. They want to find out what this school's about, and so they come to visit, and they come for a tour, and so they have. We have we set it up so that it's not just one person. We have a bunch of people come at a time, and usually Pearlie walks around with everybody and answers their questions, and they come into different classrooms and see what it's like, what the teaching is like, to see, do I think my kid would like it here? What?
They go into every class.
I think they go to most buildings. I think they go to all the buildings. I think they peek in on every classroom. All right, can I erase everything?
Wow, we have like
All right.
9:57. So Gary, can we do the whiteboards? It's 9:57. Yes. Yes.
All right. So that enough? Is that enough for you then?
Yes.